So what's up with these lawsuits lately?
I know, man.
Bro,
everywhere. Everybody's scared of lawsuits.
Do doctors constantly get sued, like on a daily basis? Brian, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me here. Excited about it.
I'm going to informally introduce you, if you want.
Sure.
Brian Brijbag, one of my really, really close friends, one of my favorite lawyers of all time.
Thank you.
Do you like to be called lawyer or an attorney?
Esquire.
Esquire.
Yeah,
Esquire.
just Esquire.
So Esquire.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call.
I've never-
you
I
want to
thought
call
you
me
said escort
Esquire
for a second. I was like,
An
no,
escort?
whatever you do on the side is your business.
Yeah,
So.
you know.
Escort, really? Oh, no,
Yeah, no, let's not get into that.
On the weekends.
That's another kind of lawyer.
So you know what, MJ and I, we constantly kind of we talk about, lawsuits,
Yeah, sure.
injuries. I mean, I'm sure you do a lot of motor vehicle accidents and collisions and all that stuff.
All that stuff.
How often do you get, doctors, with crazy cases? And I mean, I heard that on average, a doctor gets sued about 4 times in his lifetime. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, so actually we get calls every day for
Really?
things like that. Yeah, people every day, my doctor this, or I had this thing and everything went wrong. But what people don't understand, it's our, especially here in Florida, but in a lot of states, our laws protect doctors.
I love that.
If I get 100 phone calls, right, maybe 1 or 2 of them have some sort of legs that we can do them with. But most of them, you just, you got to tell them, say, hey, listen, that you were done bad, you were done wrong, but there's not much we can do for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's the
makes
thing, because
sense.
our laws, like I said, our laws protect, we need our doctors.
Yeah,
We have
I agree.
we have elderly population, right? So we need doctors. So we protect doctors.
But what's the deal with the billboards everywhere? If you've been in a car accident, that's one thing everybody that visits Florida will say.
Yeah.
Why is there so many billboards
Yeah.
of lawyers?
Because old people don't know how to drive.
Well, that's it. So now the car accidents are totally different kind of ball
Yeah,
game
I
here,
was gonna say,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff, like our laws actually kind of promote, and actually, they benefit those who are injured, right, to
Okay.
get compensated and to get the medical attention they need, right? We're a no-fault state. We're allowed to go ahead. So the laws actually there are helpful for
Okay.
folks. Where medical malpractice is kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
they help the doctors, right? That kind of thing.
Do you think it's changed since COVID time? Like,
So you know what's really changed since COVID time? Obviously, accidents themselves, right? When COVID first hit, there was nobody on the road, so there was no car accidents and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's also, when it comes to doctors, though, a lot of rules went into place to actually help and protect doctors
That's
and
right, I
nurses
heard.
during that time
especially
as well.
telemedicine and all of that
Yeah,
change.
because we had to pivot, right? How we
Yeah.
did in healthcare.
Yeah,
so
for
we
sure.
had this, our laws had to pivot as well.
Yeah.
Right? I get calls all the time for folks that want to, like, I got a vaccine and I want to sue, and that's a whole different, that's a vaccination court.
And they're
Lawyers-
protected because it was a pandemic. It was different.
It's so difficult to get through that wall when it comes to vaccinations. That's a big thing you get calls about.
By the way, we jumped straight into that, but I would like to start off by saying one thing. This podcast wouldn't have been possible without you, because when me and AJ started this, the first thing we were worried about is, like, we're doctors.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking a lot. Are people going to sue us? And when we called you, that's the first thing you said is, I got your back. Do
Yeah.
what you love and just do it. And I got your back. And I swear, I'm not just saying this because you're here. That's what gave us the confidence to do this podcast, and I owe that to you, and thank you, because without you, DocTok wouldn't have been possible.
No,
Yes.
you guys,
appreciate
I
you,
love
man.
what you guys do. Like, I'm a fan.
I love it, yes.
So
Thank
like,
you,
I don't
brother.
know, I need to get like shirts and swag.
Oh, we
and all
got
that
you.
kind
We actually
coming.
ordered it for you. It's on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Merchandise. The
Yeah,
merch
the
is coming.
merchandise. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah. No, but yeah, because not only what you do, but the thing is, you're probably going to get sued for what you say, right? Because
Agreed.
that's our society.
Of course.
But the thing is, you got to have the protection. So someone could sue you, but then you just, you're able, if you have your boy in the behind you,
Yes,
you don't have to worry about it. Then we got you.
They always say, like, you're not successful unless you've been sued. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
because if you don't do anything, you just sit at home, you're not going to get sued.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
If you get out there and you try to be successful, you're going to
And
get
there's
sued.
a lot of jealous people too, bro. Unfortunately, everybody
Yeah.
wants a piece. You start doing good, everybody wants a piece. Unfortunately,
They said this, and I followed it, and it didn't
Yeah.
work. And it's like, that's why we always say, we're just giving recommendations, but
Yeah.
follow up with your doctor,
Mm-hmm.
So I always get people too that come in and they're like, my neighbor's tree fell on my property and broke my fence and I want to sue him. And you know what I do? I'm like, well, did you go talk to your neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to work it out?
Yeah.
Like, here's step A, B, C, D.
Yes.
If those don't work, then come back and see
come
me.
back.
That's
Yeah.
actually a very good point.
Well,
love
because
that
I
you
could
said
take
that.
their money,
Yeah,
right?
of
Obviously,
course, of
but I don't
course.
want to do that. That's
Yeah.
not me. Like, if we could avoid lawsuits, that's what I actually try to avoid lawsuits
Yeah.
all day long.
You're not like a typical lawyer
Because
at all.
you're-
I feel
yeah,
like
he's
you
genuine.
genuinely do it from your heart, and
He's
you're not
genuine.
going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, I talk myself out of paychecks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's for the person's benefit, right? That's
Agreed.
how I look, and it all comes back. That's how I find. At least anyway for me. Like, eventually, like, that stuff works out.
I see you do it a lot in the community too. You're always doing things like.
Oh yeah, yeah. We try to. That's important.
A lot of donations, a lot of like.
Yeah, not just so we do a lot of things. We do like give to the community, but we also like to be present in the community. So like I will give to an event and then I'll show up and actually be at the event, which is it's important, I think, to actually support not just with your money but your time. And so I try to do that. Big with special needs children. I have a daughter on the spectrum. Yeah, so that's a big passion of ours. We do a lot of things that way. So yeah, we love to do that kind of stuff.
That's beautiful, man. Because that's needed. That's needed.
Absolutely.
And I always feel like it's very hard for people to understand or even see a doctor and a lawyer as friends.
Yeah, we're
you
supposed
always go
to
up
be
saying like
enemies,
lawyers and doctors hate each other.
I don't know why. There's no need for that. Well, because like again, like I need doctors, right? So I've had someone that's injured. Like I need you to give me the truth.
Yep.
If I'm going to go with the battle, I'm going to go against an insurance company. I'm going to go to court. I need to know that I got doctors I can trust to say, listen, this person is injured, and this is what caused that injury.
Yeah,
right. Because I don't want to look silly.
Yeah, of course. Right? That's their field.
Yeah,
that's their specialty.
Yeah, and I'm not a doctor. So and I worked in healthcare, but I'm not a doctor.
I feel like you know medicine pretty well though, just being around doctors forever, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of part of the difference for me is that I could actually look at an MRI and understand it, where most of my peers can't, right?
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's why he's so strong. That's why he's such a.
And you've been in this area a long. How long you been here in this area?
Oh, a long. I grew up in this area. Yeah, with the high school and everything like that.
So you've been here.
Yeah, because I'm old.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you told me you had a 24-year-old. I couldn't believe it. That's amazing.
No, I got 5 kids altogether.
That's amazing.
There's.
You've
5
been busy, B.
Well here. I got cable now, so it's,
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's good.
Fine.
Yeah,
okay.
so we're fine.
Put the TV on, you're good to go.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we figured it out what caused it.
And our good friend Tony obviously works with you, and she's been amazing. And she does so much for the community, and we love Tony. She's been a big part of DocTok too,
and a big part of my success as well. I mean, she's always out there talking it up and talking me up, so that's a big thing.
She's just like you are. She's very passionate about what she does, and she loves to help the community, and that's something that I feel like we kind of relate to that because MJ and I, we love to see happy patients. We love to see our community successful and reach out and help out. There's something that I've been wanting to ask you, which I've been waiting for the podcast, is if you had to give one recommendation to a doctor, let's say me, for example, a good friend, what can I do to prevent a lawsuit?
All right. There's a ton of things you can do, but the biggest thing there
but what should
is that communication with the patient, in terms of expectations and just like bedside manners. So often I get folks and they say, if he only was nice to me or she only was nice to me, I wouldn't be talking to you.
Oh,
but I had this problem and I went to him and they treated me like crap. I was like, some kind of crazy person. They didn't value their voice. So value the voice of the patient. Like, so if they come to you and they're saying something like, here's an issue I'm having, even if you're looking like there's nothing to this, give it some value, right? And then you're more likely not to have someone like me calling or getting a piece of paper in the mail saying what's going on. It's that communication. And again, the expectations. Right.
You always said to me, like, they'll sue a smart doctor over a nice doctor.
Yeah.
And what you mean by that is, like, if you're nice to your patient and maybe you made a mistake or whatever it is, but that patient loves you, they're not going to sue you.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
They're like, I'm not going to sue.
Yeah.
And I get that. People that come like, this is what happened, but I
feel bad.
I love my doctor. I love my doctor.
Yeah,
so I don't want to do that. Because they'll be like, can we sue? It's just the insurance. I'm like, well, no, it's how it works. It's like this. And they're like, then I'm doing it. No,
it's not worth it, especially if they love them.
Yeah, and that's like the big thing. Obviously, stuff like documentation, getting consent, all that kind of stuff is stuff you have to do.
Always.
Yeah, obligation, for sure. It's all about documentation. Make sure you document everything.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
But number one, get that relationship with the patient that you have.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we specialize in.
Yes, you guys are out there dancing with them.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we like
that dancing to the docs was amazing.
Yeah, like you guys are doing things like that.
An 80-year-old getting down and belly dancing. It was amazing.
Because there's a lot of doctors, be honest with you, patients are nothing but a number. It's like, okay, another one and another one. For us, it's a relationship. For us, it's yes, there should be a barrier between friendship, patient-doctor relationship always. But you have to care.
Yeah, and you guys do.
Yeah,
it
has to be genuine.
It has to be genuine. We love our patients. I love when my patients are healthy or when they're cured or when they got cancer, they're in remission. It's the best day of my life.
Yeah, you're celebrating with them.
I celebrate with them.
Yeah, and that's what you guys do. And that's what I've noticed because I deal with a lot of doctors.
Yeah,
I've been in healthcare a long time, and you guys are like genuinely you're it. You're it. You guys are it. Like when you look at textbook what a doctor should be in terms of like caring for people and generally wanting them to be healthy, that's you guys.
I appreciate it.
Like seriously.
Thank
yeah,
you.
no, it's 100%.
And I always say, like, with a patient, again, you can have a guy from Harvard or a guy that went to a regular, residency program. But if that regular guy is loving to his patient and kind, he's always going to grow faster than somebody that just has a degree and sits at a computer and stares.
I agree 100%.
No, but that's why I think, to your earlier point, we could be friends.
Yes.
Because I think we all get that same connection, right? We're trying to do the things the best thing. Patient / yeah, you go.
We're trying to help out.
Yeah.
We're trying to, that's what it is. We care.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel about you. And that's why I'm so happy that you're in our lives, because I feel like you truly care.
Well, and I care about you guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate that,
important.
man.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's awesome. We want to do things in the community together too.
Yeah.
We got to start, getting out there. I know you do it a lot. I watch all the stuff that you do. I'm like, I want to do what he's doing.
Yeah, I want to become Brian. That's what I want to do. What can I do besides Brian?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little taller, slightly taller.
You are way better looking. So you have that going
man, I
for
appreciate
you.
you,
Yeah,
man.
no, that's 100%.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And the baldness is okay?
Oh,
because he's constantly making fun of my baldness, to be honest with you.
You know what? It's I think that different strokes, different folks kind of thing.
Yeah, I
some
agree,
people are gonna like the rub.
But he has a
rub
perfect
rub a
round
dub
head.
dub.
Yeah,
It's a
some other-
perfectly round head. It's like small, round.
That's key, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like if I were to shave my head, I have no clue underneath there. I'd be worried.
know.
I don't know. Like it could be misshapen. Then I want to find that out.
We should do it on a live once.
Do you
Shave
always
his
do
head.
this comb over? What is this?
This
thing?
has
Like, what is
been this has been probably since 2016, maybe.
Really?
I would think so. Yeah.
But okay,
What were you
what
before
triggered
that?
you to
Straight down?
decide I'm gonna
like
do
a
a comb
little
over?
more of a like straight down with a short cut
Yeah.
here.
okay.
Like a maybe like
The
a
bangs.
like an older Clooney.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I like
yeah.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, Mitch agrees that bald is the new sexy. So
Yeah.
He likes it.
whatever Mitch
Yeah.
says.
I have a
Usually when you say that-
Puerto Rican guy who cuts my hair. This guy, friend of mine
They
from
all
Puerto
are.
The best
Rico.
barbers,
He's
Puerto
the best
Ricans.
barber. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Steve,
he's the best.
shout out to Steve.
Puerto Ricans are always the best
Yeah.
barbers.
I
My
mean,
barber's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Shout out to
100%.
Steve.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Steve is the best barber.
Yeah.
he's
100%.
Agreed, 100%.
hands down.
Yeah. But you guys, we're excited to do things with you, the law firm, and for you guys and DocTok, do some stuff together, do
Yes.
stuff for the community. And I think we have some plans to do things, and that's going to be great.
We do.
I think
we do.
people love to see that doctors and lawyers working together because they never see that.
Yeah.
Ever since I started residency, is like lawyers are the worst. They're gonna sue you.
Yeah.
No, they
Beware.
are. They
Yeah,
really are. No,
they
seriously.
will.
Yeah.
They will.
No.
They will. Yeah, exactly.
So I spent 20 years in healthcare, so I was on that side.
It's a long time.
But I gave so much money to attorneys that I'm like, I need to get some of that back.
Yeah.
So I went to law
Yeah.
school and passed the bar, and here I am.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
what I'm
agree.
doing.
And
So.
where'd you go to
agree.
law school? Just because.
So I went to law school here. Western Michigan University has a campus down in Brady.
Nice.
Yeah, so down
That's
this
so
way.
cool.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks for no one ever asked me that question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I feel like
No
people
one ever
sometimes
asked.
are uncomfortable asking
They
that
never
question.
asked, like, where'd you go to law school? No one ever asked that question.
Nobody. I feel like people are scared to ask that
Yeah.
question. I don't know why. Even for us, like nobody asks, where did you do med school? They ask us where they did residency, but not where
Yeah,
they med
yeah,
school.
yeah.
Well, bro, you know what? No, the problem is that so many people are, have this image of like, Harvard Law, right? Yale, Stanford. And you look at it, a lot of these doctors, and I personally know a lot of my friends that are doctors that are from these top universities that are horrible doctors. And I'm not saying medically, I'm saying their personality.
Yeah.
At a certain point, we are all the same. Right? Your education, board certified, I got my bar, I got this, blah, blah. But can you make a change in the world?
Yeah.
Can you make a difference in the world? That's the question, realistically, because anybody can refill your prescription.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do for me?
Yeah.
Like I don't care how
That's a
rich
good-
you are. That's for you.
Exactly.
I'm here in the office for me,
Yes,
not for
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
I got my levothyroxine. I got my lisinopril, my blood pressure pill. I don't need that. But can you make me feel better?
100%.
We
Yeah.
have to start focusing on the psychosocial aspect of medicine, and that's the problem with a lot of these physicians. But that's what I wanted to bring you on, because you're an expert in this, and you've been doing this for so many years now. And have you seen any crazy cases, like crazy like cases?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we get stuff all the time. I mean, like it's usually the ones that come in like 3 a.m. through the service,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like
Oh, God.
like I got one. It was actually last night. What was it? It was somebody called, and I can't, but something like she doesn't believe that she thinks it's fraudulent, her house rent, because she's paying it every month, but they're not giving her a receipt. So I don't know who she's paying, some guy in the corner or something. I don't. And you get this stuff, and you're like, what? Wait, what do you want us to do? Like, I understand, but all the time, it's always those 3 a.m. calls.
Yeah,
Like, what are
yeah.
you doing at 3
You
a.m?
get calls at 3 in the
God, what
morning?
the hell?
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
have
got-
a
you
service
got a
24/7.
24-hour service.
I've
Then I
never
get-
even heard of
For
that.
motor vehicle
Yeah.
accidents,
That's
bro.
amazing.
If you get into a car accident at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm
I'll
gonna call
give you a call.
911 and I'm calling B.
And I'll give you a call. Yeah, I'm gonna be there in my flip flop, my
That's
my
really
bunny
cool.
slippers.
Yeah,
That's
amazing. I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know that.
Yeah. That's what we
So
get.
like
Like
if
the
somebody
weekends.
gets into a car accident, at any moment they can call 24 hours.
Yeah, they call. There's someone picking up the phone.
Who do they call, B? What's the number?
Oh, the number at the office, 358-5880. That's 352-358-5880.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? When we recommend you, it's not because of business. There's no money in this. It's just genuine. Because we know that you're going to actually help our patients.
Yeah,
or
thank
whoever
you.
got into a car accident.
Yeah, I mean, and that it is different. You brought the point up kind of about the whole patients being a number. The same thing we have, right? We have billboards, right, that are all about quantity,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So for us, it's kind of like we have some weird case. Like, yes, I have one right now. Like somebody today, my staff, like, what are we doing with this ladder case? Yeah. You know, it's a case about someone that was on a ladder and the ladder collapsed, right? And you think like that's weird, but you know what? We're going to hire a ladder. There's a ladder expert.
A ladder expert?
A ladder expert.
What the
expert
heck?
on So we got a ladder expert that's gonna examine the ladder, examine the metal, and tell us what happened. Right? Wow. Like this weird stuff like that. You know.
That's why it's always scary when people do your roof. You're like, make sure they're licensed, contracted. Look at everything because
100%.
if he falls on your property,
you're screwed.
We got cases like that too.
Yeah, that happens all the time, and that's why I'm always worried about. Like,
have you ever ran into a case where the patient? I'm not gonna say patient, or let's say the customer.
Yeah, sure.
Really lied and made it up?
Yeah, I think we
is that common?
Yeah, you believe, but
is it better to say the truth? I mean, like,
I tell them like, so we have this confidentiality thing. I'm like, listen, you could tell me
anything.
You can say, Brian, the dead body is over there.
Yeah.
And guess what? I don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what? Because they're not getting any deader.
Yeah, of
right.
course.
So
Yeah,
what? I don't. There's no emergency. They're dead. Like what a difference
There's
it makes.
nothing I can change.
Yeah. So I don't have to tell anybody. So you can tell me those things, and people still will lie. And I'll tell them. I said, listen, it's better just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Just tell me what the real deal is, whether it's about car accident or a criminal thing or whatever it is. Just tell me.
Is that hard though? Because like you get a case, right? You know the person's guilty, but you're defending them. And then you have to go to court, and that's one thing that people think about lawyers is that like they're lying, right?
Yeah,
that has to be hard. I feel like that's the hardest part of like being a lawyer.
So that's I don't do a lot of the criminal stuff for that very reason.
Okay,
because it's difficult. Because it's a lot of like I don't want to take that home with me.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
to my wife and my kids. Like when I leave.
Yeah, you want to be
like
able to sleep.
I will listen. I have no problem going up against Geico and State Farm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
because they're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be here tomorrow.
No,
they ain't worried about me.
Yeah,
they have plenty of money and they make plenty of profits. But when you start doing that stuff, sometimes I do. Like I haven't been involved in some of the criminal cases, but that's the tough part, right? You got to like, do I believe this guy? Do I not? Am I going to go in there and perpetrate this kind of lie if I think it's a lie? And I won't do that. So I will, I'll say I can't handle this.
It's not.
That's
not
me.
My thing.
That's not your thing.
Yeah, you're going to find somebody else, and I will. I have no problem, talking to somebody and say, listen, I say this to them. Listen, there's sometimes, in life.
Yeah.
This is like the birds and the bees story. There's an attorney for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm just not your attorney.
Yeah.
Well, like
makes
that's
sense.
a good way to put it.
But there's somebody else that maybe that's better for you. And all I want is for you to succeed, and you're going to succeed with somebody else.
Yeah.
Just
and
not me.
I'll connect you even. Just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I feel like the whole world wants to know. What did you think about the Johnny Depp case?
Oh, actually, I've written
it's
some
very
stuff about
popular
it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, no, I've actually written some stuff about that. That was an interesting case. Just if you watch everything, I think they kind of got it right. I think I do. I'm Team Johnny on that one.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Pooping on the bed was unnecessary. I think
pretty
You never pooped on the bed?
I'm trying to think of when
purposely.
It would be.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think you do that. But
Yeah.
no, I think they got it right. I mean, it got a lot of press, and there was a lot of mistakes made and stuff like that. And there's
Like as a lawyer watching though, do you see things like?
It's hard because like I would do it this way, or I would have said this, and
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff you Monday morning. Like if you're Tom Brady now, right?
Yeah.
You're watching, Monday Night Football. He's gonna probably say, "Oh, I can't believe it." They should have done this. That's how lawyers feel when we watch those kind of things.
That's crazy. Yeah, because the whole world felt like they were lawyers.
Yeah,
Every one of my friends
Yeah.
watching the case was like a lawyer. I'm like,
It
you're
was like
not
an
a
expert all of
lawyer.
a sudden.
Like,
Yeah,
And you were like,
exactly.
"Wait a minute!
What the
Last
hell?
week you were a doctor."
Yeah, what happened? Like,
whoa,
every week you're something else.
Yeah, last year
The
you
whole
were-
world was so excited about it, and I feel like that's the most people have been interested in lawyers. Is that case?
That's the kind of
Is
stuff.
that the
though,
biggest case ever? Well, other than
Right.
OJ, right? Maybe.
Well, OJ was huge. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you get big cases, like for example, the lady that spilled the McDonald's coffee on her.
oh
lap.
my
Oh, I
god,
remember
that's
that one.
huge.
I remember that.
Everybody
one.
knows that. So there are legal cases like that stand out.
Yeah.
Maybe probably the most popular is probably like Roe v. Wade,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
But but in law school, that's how we do law. We learn cases.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any principle, they teach you a case about that principle, and you learn cases. So there's all kind of cool cases that we learn cases about slugs in like soda bottles, and lady at the train depot, and firecrackers go off, like things like that. And that's how we learn the law.
I've heard there was a lady I knew that spilled coffee on purpose to sue
Oh,
McDonald's.
I was yeah,
I'm sure a lot of
100%.
people probably do that.
Yeah.
100%.
But do you? I mean, during that time in school, do they give you the case and you say, okay, let's practice. Is that how it typically works?
No, they don't teach you how to be a lawyer in law school.
They don't teach how to.
No,
Then what do they teach you?
Just the laws.
Yeah, they teach you like this like what they call the black letter law, like this very specific like rules.
Yes.
You know, and then you have to later figure out how to apply those rules, be practical about it. They don't really do a good job of that in law school.
Yeah.
They try in some different courses.
Got better. Wanted to ask you a very important question. I've been waiting to ask you this.
Go for it.
How do you feel AI is going to affect law?
Yeah, so they've already tried that, right? There was that robot that was supposed to defend a traffic ticket, but that they at the last minute.
Yes,
put
I want to know about this. I'm huge into AI. I would love to know.
I think it's going to open up some doors, right? Because right now law is changing. There's some states where like paralegals and whatnot have more power, can act more like an attorney. It's this kind of old guard of lawyers that are protecting that because, like, you can't, it's our turf,
Yeah.
So they're already fighting it off that. So AI is going to come in. I think it's going to be interesting to see what AI can do, especially in terms of writing briefs and motions.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, God, that'll save you so much time.
Yeah,
law
that's what I'm
school
thinking.
sucks because you have to always write papers.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why I didn't go to
writing.
law school because I didn't want to write papers. But is AI going to change that?
I could see AI being a big help, like, saying, okay, I need X, Y, and Z, AI writing it, and then I get it. And because right now what happens is, this is like, let's pull the curtain back and see who the Wizard of Oz is, right?
Yeah.
Mostly what happens is, my staff writes a lot of the stuff. Like I have people, case managers, of the legal assistants, they write stuff, and then it comes to me, and then I review it and I edit it and I make changes to it, right?
Yeah.
We may discuss it, but a lot of the writing is done by, secondary staff.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of happens.
I learned a lot of that stuff through the show Suits. You ever seen the show Suits?
Every episode.
Okay.
Not
That's
really?
one of my
Seriously.
favorite
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
I
shows
love
ever.
that show.
I love
that
Suits.
show.
I love Suits.
I
too.
honestly, after I
One of
finished,
my
I thought I was a
favorite.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
100%.
I was gonna go
like,
take the bar, to be honest.
I was
with
gonna do the
You
same
could've.
thing. And
You
just
learned
learn
enough.
it.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing. Like
Yeah.
when he walked in the office and said,
Yeah.
open a book and ask me anything. That was like
Yeah.
my favorite scene.
God,
ever.
that's so much.
I think
So
that
yes.
made lawyers like more popular.
Yeah, I
really
love
did.
legal shows. Suits is a great one. Boston Legal is great.
I didn't see that one.
Are they though? Are they like kind of
Real
real?
or no?
Because like I look
Yeah,
at like
yeah,
the medical
there's-
shows like Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs,
a
House
little
MD.
bit fake, like-
There's a lot of fake
A
crap.
neurosurgeon doing open heart. Yeah, that's not really happening. you
So,
know?
I mean, obviously all the drama behind the scenes, but the actual legal stuff, depending on the show. So, what people don't realize too is that getting to the point where you get to court, right?
Yeah.
You're in a courtroom
Yeah.
and there's like,
Sure.
you can't handle the truth, all that stuff,
Yeah, bullshit.
That's actually, it's rare. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
most cases, you settle way before that.
Yeah.
Like you don't go to court. So,
Yeah.
this thing like the TV show will let you believe that, hey, you get involved in a lawsuit, you're in court the next day.
Yeah,
Like it
that's
could be like
right.
4 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
If you see a courtroom.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
all we do is see the courtroom. We don't see all the work they do
That's-
beforehand. All that investigating, the research, and
Yeah.
studying and looking at
Yeah.
a bunch of paperwork.
Oh, the show. What's it? Vinny.
My cousin Vinny?
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
the movie.
yeah,
I love
That's
that
Joe
movie.
Yeah,
Pesci,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci's the man.
Yeah.
the way the judge attacked him, that was so funny.
Yeah.
I love Joe Pesci, bro. He's classic.
But that's a really that movie itself is probably pretty legit.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I could
when you
see
get to
that
actual
for
court.
sure.
I've seen that movie used in law schools and pieces of
Really?
it, showing people. Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing. I
You'd be
didn't know that.
surprised because it's kind of like this. It's a comedy. It's funny, right? But
Yeah.
actually, they do a pretty good job.
Nice.
Just like how it was literally being in the wrong place in
Yeah.
the wrong time.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's probably so
and it
many
happens.
people are in jail right now
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
same
yeah.
exact
Yeah.
thing. I know I'm
Yeah.
asking a
It's-
lot of questions. I've been wanting to ask this.
Yeah, yeah.
Another question for you. Sorry. Medical marijuana.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you believe that for people that were arrested previously for marijuana and that are in jail for a very long time and now the government is selling it? So like, what do you believe in? Like, how do you? I know that's a
Yeah.
controversial question, but
No. So there's a couple things we got to realize too is that you have a federal law,
Okay.
right, which says one
Yeah,
thing.
and
So that
state.
and you have state law.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
states are saying it's okay, but federally it's
Still
not.
saying-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
So
So
you
that's
gotta
why
be
they're not getting out. Okay.
on a
That's
state level,
part of
it's
it.
legal here to get if you have a medical marijuana card.
Yeah.
Right? But a federal, it's still illegal.
So technically you could have your medical marijuana card here in Florida, and you could be legal,
Yeah.
but the feds come and raid your place, and they're like, no,
Oh,
doesn't
no,
count.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
kind of thing.
So
I
like
mean,
in
technically,
California, the
but
state allows it, but
Yeah.
you can still get in trouble for it.
technically,
Technically.
technically, federally, it's
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah.
But again, is the federal government really going to enforce that in a state where it's okay?
Probably not. They're not going to waste
but
their time.
yeah,
Such a
Yeah.
big field that
yeah,
one. It's
yeah.
just
But but I think you have that question is a pretty good question because what do you do with those that have already been now? So the thing is, at the point though when they did that infraction, that was the law at the time.
Yeah, of
So
course.
that's kind of the argument saying,
So
at
even if
that
it
time,
changes.
yeah. So
being
technically,
grandfathered in. It wasn't that at that
but it
time. The
doesn't mean
law
they
was
couldn't.
this.
It doesn't mean they couldn't decide to do that,
Yeah,
but it'd be difficult because the precedent you're setting is that
Yeah.
hey, you broke the law at that time. So, that's why even though the law now is different,
so it's hard to defend that.
God, it's been.
There's so many
awesome.
questions I want to ask.
Hey, listen, it's I would love to sit here and talk for the next 3 hours, but
when do I get to ask questions?
Yes,
I have this mole right here. Can you?
Mitch,
no.
we got time, Mitch. we got time, Mitch.
No, I don't have. You don't have to check my mole out right now.
You sure?
Anything you want to ask us? Ask us, man.
It's HIPAA, man. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
No.
HIPAA's huge too. There's so many things. I feel like right now the viewers are like, I want so many questions for this guy. Like,
they're free. Like, comment them.
Yes.
Put them in there. Let's talk about them. You got
love
legal
this stuff,
questions?
Subscribe to our channel. Follow us and comment. Let us
You
know
get
what
free
you want.
legal advice.
100%.
Yes.
And call Brijbag for any questions you got.
If they're going to comment, they better subscribe. I'm going to
Yes.
check.
Yeah,
I'm going to check.
on it.
I'm going to check. I'm
subscribe.
answering their question if not subscribers.
DocTok approved.
I
So
agree.
we 100% recommend
You're
you.
stamped.
To all our patients, to all our followers, this is the man. We would not have anybody else work
You're the best.
with us.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. I love you
Thank you,
guys.
B.
Your
we
whole
love you
team
more.
is amazing. And
We
it's
do.
so funny because when you see like a lawyer, his team is everything, right?
Oh, yeah,
And your
yeah.
whole team is amazing.
They're great.
So you can tell that you are a good person and a good leader because your team is so great.
Yeah.
We try. Like I try to. First of all, we pick good people. We get like
I
obviously
agree.
people that are like to your point. Like I'm not the Harvard people. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about like it could be or not. I'm looking for someone that's a good fit.
Yes.
Like I
For
can
you.
teach them this stuff.
Yes.
Agreed.
Right, but I need someone that's going to be like that gets our vibe.
Yeah,
Does
for sure.
our thing.
For
That's
sure.
what I need.
That's why
important.
you and Tony mold pretty well. I mean,
Yeah,
Tony's
yeah.
a sister to me. She's I've known her for so long since I moved here, to be honest with you, and I love her to death. And
She's helped us grow, too.
She helped us grow. She helped you grow because of her passion and how genuine she is, to be honest with you. And we love her a lot. So
And
shout
that's
out
it.
to Tony Martin.
She's genuine, right?
Yeah.
That's
the
the
best,
theme. There's like a
100%.
thread in this thing. It's
Yes.
genuine. That's
Yes.
you guys. That's what we try to do, and that's the key.
Well, that's why we work really good
have such a
together,
good
because we got a great
group.
connection.
Yeah.
You know. We
Well,
do.
that's what you
We're
guys
a
do
team.
here with DocTok, right?
Yeah.
This is genuine.
Yes,
I
it
love
is.
that.
This
It
is not.
Be
There's no
ourselves.
script. I don't know.
There's
I didn't.
nothing. We just
yeah.
talk.
We just sit and talk, and it's all
talk.
natural. We don't make any money off of
Yep.
this. We just do it because we love it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's why people
what's-
always
that's
ask,
what's
how do you
cool.
have time? Like your
Yep.
doctors, your lawyers, how do you have time to do this?
'Cause you like it.
Because we love it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
We
do
get
love it.
excited about this.
We
We've
do
been
love
looking
it.
forward to this episode with you for so long. I've
Yeah,
been wanting to
no.
ask you about suits and everything else.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
awesome.
I need a 3-hour episode with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah,
We
this
do.
is
Get it
part.
scheduled, guys.
We're gonna
Part
bring him
one.
on again. We're
Part
gonna bring him
one.
on again. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, this is
tonight,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
We love you to death. You're the best. Do me one more favor though. Go ahead and give us that phone number to contact you.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
And let us know
Look
about
at the camera right
where
there.
you are, everything right there. This
Yeah,
camera
yeah,
right here.
sure. Yeah, Brijbag Law. You can go to, bribaglaw.com, but you got to be able to spell my name. But it's BRIJ as in John, BAG as in George, law.com. And the number there is 352-358-5880. Offices in Spring Hill, Inverness, and Zephyr Hills. So that's Pasco,
wow.
Hernando, and Citrus counties. But we could do anything here in the state of Florida, so
Yeah.
virtually and whatnot like that too. So if you have an issue, you need some help with the lawyer, just give us a ring. And we're on Instagram and Facebook and all that, TikTok, and I don't know.
Yeah, we'll leave all that
something else
information
too.
for
yeah.
you. But did you have to add the J in Brijbag? What a confusing ass
It
name.
is. I didn't do that.
What the hell?
That came over the boat
I just
in
keep
Ellis
it
Island.
pure.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Where's your
you know.
family from?
Actually, not even that way. They're from South America. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
South
yeah. There's
American?
like not even. Yeah.
You speak Spanish?
Me no.
You know speak Spanish?
No, they're from Suriname, so it was a Dutch colony. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So right above
interesting.
Brazil is Suriname. So you have French
so
Guiana and
Portuguese.
British Guiana. That was Dutch Guiana.
Dutch Guiana.
Yeah.
Well,
cool,
That's
man.
both my
well,
parents.
you are definitely the most interesting lawyer I've
I
ever
love
met.
this. Give him a clap.
We
AJ.
love you
Yeah.
to death, buddy.
Oh, that you guys. Thank
Love
you.
you, man.
see you
Thank you
soon,
so
man.
much.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Thank
All right,
you.
God bless.
That was awesome.
Good night, everybody.